Now on CoastTV News.
The month of January is ending with a yellow alert day. Rain is overspreading Delmarva this morning with more on the way today into tonight. I'll pinpoint it on FutureCast coming up.
Collision recovery continues. What is expected today on the Potomac River in the wake of the mid-air tragedy?
Collision felt on our coast, the reaction to victims who have a connection to our area.
In other news, Indian River referendum, the vote about to take place there, with the school district claiming they have a shortage of money.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are continuing with our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. It's Friday, January 31st, 2025.
We've hit the final day of January. It is a busy last day of the month, including we are dealing with a first alert weather day.
We're going to bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trahey, who's going to tell us the temperature feels good, but you're going to need your rain jacket.
Yeah, the temperature does feel good. We're into the 40s and temperatures are climbing, and it is a yellow alert day. That means we're looking at probably at least an inch of rain with this event, and watch for local flooding and ponding on the roads. And look at all the green now. With the rain picking up in intensity, light to moderate rain from Bridgeville to Lewis, Georgetown, back through Gumbaro. Looks like some heavier showers just south of Delmar, and then near Eden and Princess Anne. You're encountering some heavier rain there too. Otherwise, we're just looking at general showers across Maryland right now. There's a closer look at some of those heavier showers that could be moving into Salisbury soon. And then we're looking at the eastern shore also getting in on the rain as the rain continues to move in from the west with heavier rain across southern Virginia. It's a complex area of low pressure with the cold front back to the west, but basically it's this pipeline of moisture from the Tennessee Valley right into our neck of the woods that will keep us in the rain. Temperatures are in the 40s and they'll continue to rise as the southerly winds pick up. So on FutureCast, you can see the rain varying in intensity through the morning hours and temperatures by afternoon into the 50s as we'll be in and out of that rain through the evening hours, and then more intense rain through tonight. If you're riding the ferry, make sure you have your rain gear. It's going to be a wet one. Temperatures in the 40s and then lower 50s this afternoon. Much more coming up on the yellow alert and your weekend forecast a little bit later on.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And we're now getting a live look at Reagan National. This is on the banks of the Potomac River, and this is the area where the tragic mid-air collision happened Wednesday night. And new this morning, DC Fire and EMS, they say that today divers will work with the National Transportation Safety Board to conduct additional searches and locating aircraft parts. The collision also hitting home here along the coast, and one of the victims was 45-year-old Steve Johnson. We have a picture of Steve here. He's in the middle of your screen. Johnson was the captain and owner of a boat that was a regular participant in the White Marlin Open. He and some friends, they were returning from a hunting trip, and they were aboard that American Airlines flight.
Representative Andy Harris, who represents Maryland's 1st District, which includes Ocean City, said in a statement, "My prayers continue to be with everyone impacted by this devastating collision and with the families of the Marylanders who lost their loved ones in this tragedy."
And we continue to learn more about the victims of this tragedy. It includes a man connected with the University of Delaware. UD confirms Sasha Kirsakoff was a former figure skating coach, and at the facility in Newark, we got photos from the figure skating team's Instagram account.
And the figure skating team paying tribute to their former coach, who they called a mentor and a friend. The team's president saying in part, "There are no words to describe the depth of this loss, and we will carry his love for skating and his incredible spirit with us always."
And we're also learning that 2 young skaters from the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club, Sean Kay and Angela Yang, they were on that flight. They also died, and they were with Kirsakoff. They were in Wichita for a figure skating competition.
And new this morning, Lisa Blunt Rochester expressing her support and condolences with the families and communities impacted by this tragedy. She says, in quote, "My heart breaks for the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club and our community. I extend my deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones."
And here's a reaction from Delaware Senator Chris Coons, saying it is a tragedy that none of them returned home to our state. Delaware is a state of neighbors, and we hold all of our neighbors a little closer. Friday will be spent with a recovery effort in the Potomac River and seeking answers to concerning questions.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us new information about that helicopter's flight path.
This morning, recovered black box recorders from the downed jet may hold key clues to sketching out what happened before that fiery mid-air collision as the pain over lost loved ones sets in.
There's just no words to describe. It's just unimaginable.
All 64 on board the American Airlines regional passenger jet, 3 on the Army Black Hawk helicopter, are presumed dead.
We don't believe there are any survivors.
While the investigation ramps up, NBC News has learned a preliminary FAA report notes staffing in the air traffic control tower was not normal at the time of the crash, with one controller handling both planes and helicopters, though that is considered acceptable by FAA standards. Audio shows a controller asking the helicopter pilot if he sees the plane, telling him to pass behind it. The response from the chopper is garbled. Sources tell NBC News investigators are also looking into whether the helicopter was flying above its designated altitude.
As part of any investigation, we look at the human, the machine, and the environment.
The human lives lost are coming into clearer focus, including a devastating hit to the U.S. figure skating community. Talented young athletes returning from a premier training camp with their parents and coaches. Among them 2 Russian world champion skaters. Ross Lancel's ex-wife was a skating coach on board.
It's tough, they're gone. That's what kills me, it's these kids.
Now the search for answers that can never reverse what happened in the skies above the nation's capital. In Arlington, Virginia, Alice Barr, NBC News.
In a statement, new Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is calling for a full investigation of the federal government. Meyer saying, in quote, the FAA and the U.S. Department of Defense must take all necessary measures to make sure a collision like this never happens again.
If you believe you have loved ones on that American Airlines flight, that is Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas, American Airlines has a phone number. It's right there on your screen. That phone number is 1-800-679-8215. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll, and we want to know, how do you feel about flying after this deadly midair collision?
So far, 62% of voters say they are still confident, 18% say they will avoid flying, 15% say they are more cautious, and 5% say they are very nervous. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so on CoastTV.com or on our mobile app. And this morning, Delaware State Police will continue to investigate what led to a crash at the Weiss Shopping Center in 5 Points. According to Sussex County EMS, just before 4 p.m., an older woman was hit and seriously injured in that parking lot. There is no word yet on the status of her condition.
New this morning, new homes coming to Fenwick Island. One of our area's larger developers, Carl M. Freeman Company, says they are ready to build homes off of Route 54 in the town. The development will be called Channel Point, and homes are now for sale. It was back in October that we reported that the company proposed to build 23 homes on the 9-acre piece of land. Well, now the company says the development will include 70 single-family homes.
The Lewis Planning Commission is considering recommendations about the Overfall Preserve development. The recommendations involve traffic and safety concerns, as well as street lighting and open space. No date has been set, but there will be another public hearing about this possible development.
Developing news in southeastern Sussex County. In March, people living in the Indian River School District will vote on a referendum. The district last went to referendum in 2017, and now they say costs are up, but the budgets aren't keeping up. If approved, the referendum would raise taxes by $1.21 per $100 of assessed property value, and the district says, on average, that's an additional $289 annually for taxpayers. Voting will take place 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on March 20th.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Coming up, solutions to stop flooding. What is being discussed in Dewey Beach right now?
Also, higher number of homelessness. We'll tell you why one Delmarva organization is working to take on more people as they say that issue is spreading.
And next up for Nalu, what to expect from the restaurant's expansion in Dewey Beach. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Ring-a-ding, I'm a mom! Gabby, what have you done?
It's an AI baby that I ordered online. Someone was certainly hungry. Well, I'm impressed.
Happy's Place, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Don't let this nice guy fool you. He is a ruthless competitor. I have my kids' names tattooed. My wife would be so happy if your name was on my arm.
Lies.
He's a liar.
The Voice premieres Monday on NBC and Peacock.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Just about 6:13 on this rainy Friday morning, and oh my goodness, I can see the boardwalk now. It's not covered in snow. It's wet, so watch your step out there. 44 in Rehoboth. We've got rain everywhere in Sussex County. Varying intensities of rain, light to moderate. Some heavier rain around Salisbury, east of Eden. I think that was a movie. Yeah, and then we're looking at showers for the eastern shore as well. We'll continue to see this rain moving through pretty much all day on and off with temperatures into the 40s. They'll be rising throughout the day. Drivecast, I gave it the yellow light for the morning and afternoon and evening commutes. Wet roads. Be careful out there. Watch for ponding on the roads and maybe some local flooding even into this evening.
New this morning, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is announcing a review of the state's Board of Morticians and Funeral Directors. He's calling it a safeguard of health and safety, and Moore says the review will go over the board's current structure and determine if changes are needed. And then once this information is gathered, the results will be presented to the General Assembly.
New this morning, funeral plans for the late Cambridge Fire Chief Jeffrey O'Hurley. According to the Rescue Fire Company, his service will take place today at Station 1. The agency says the procession will begin at Station 1, drive past the old firehouse, and end where he will be laid to rest. If you plan to drive in Cambridge today, expect traffic from this event.
On the coast in Dewey Beach, Nalu continues to expand. Work's already begun on this, and according to the restaurant's owner, the expansion will create a new indoor dining area. The stage is currently outdoors. That'll be moved to an indoor space that will then connect to the outdoor patio through 2 sliding glass doors.
And you can see the rain whipping past the light there in Cambridge. It's getting wet out there and windy too, or breezy. It's a rainy end to the month of January with a yellow alert for heavier rain possible today. Drier and colder for the weekend. I'll track the rain and talk about amounts on Futurecast coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on CoastTV.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
DSN Plus is more energy. Extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today. energy.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Septic system issues can lead to backups in your home and costly repairs if not addressed immediately. When buying or selling a property, a septic inspection goes hand in hand. A septic system in good working order is important for the property's value and the occupant's health.
At PM Price and Associates, we have trusted McMullen Septic Service for our Delaware inspections for over 18 years.
For over 70 years, people have trusted McMullen Septic Service for all their septic needs. Because your business is our business.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
We are hitting 6:17 on this Friday morning. We're getting a live look now at a very dark scene. That's in Lewis. It's a rainy Lewis, Roosevelt Inlet area. But Bob, with the rain, which I don't think we can see there, but everyone on Delmarva, just about everyone is experiencing some sort of rain right now.
Yeah, right. We can't see it on that camera there specifically, Matt, but it is raining. We saw it on the Cambridge cam whipping past the light there, coming down a little sideways. So that's the big story today. It's a yellow alert day for rain, ponding on the roads, maybe a little bit of local flooding if that rain comes down hard enough later on. And that's just today, because into the weekend, we start to clear it up. It's chilly with highs only in the 40s at that time. We're in the 40s right now, 44 in Rehoboth, Delmarva, and a lot of other places as temperatures are slowly rising. So we're well above freezing, so no worries of ice out there. Just slippery roads because it is wet, and maybe some hydroplaning with the ponding as the winds are starting to come out of the south a little stronger. Here's the rain now across Sussex County, pretty much all of Delmarva, Bridgeville down through Laurel, seeing some steadier rain around Millsboro as well. And then farther south, we saw some pockets of heavier rain around Eden, and now just southeast of Salisbury, a heavier shower there. But all of us pretty much in the showers all the way back towards Ocean City, Princess Anne, and the Eastern Shore also in some of that rain that is light to moderate right now. You can see it moving in farther south too through Crisfield and then the southern tip of Delmarva as well. Dry in Baltimore and D.C. right now. Of course, we want dry conditions so all of those workers can clean up the plane wreck, the problem there with the plane crash. So hopefully they get some drier weather for a while. Otherwise, we are looking at some heavier rain from Norfolk into Roanoke, maybe a little bit of thunder in there. And then we're also seeing some heavier showers with the cold front through the lower Mississippi Valley. So you see this big pipeline of rain headed our way. It's complex low pressure. We got one spin across the plains and then actually another low pressure across the Tennessee Valley. It just all means all rain for us as we go through the day. And then behind this, we do have high pressure, and that will be building in for the weekend. So here's Futurecast this morning. We're in and out of that rain, varying intensity of the rain, mid-morning, mid to upper 40s, and then by noon into the low to maybe mid-50s, especially once we get some, maybe a little bit of sun poking through this afternoon, maybe as high as 58 in Selbyville, so a mild, almost spring-like afternoon. This evening could be dry for a time, and then we get another shot of rain as the next part of the system moves in, and some of that could be heavy as we go into later this Friday evening. If you're headed out tonight, keep that in mind. By shortly after midnight, we're still in the rain, and then finally by 3 a.m. it starts to move off the coast, and then that's followed by drier and colder air. In fact, maybe falling temperatures tomorrow from the 40s into the 30s into the afternoon hours. As far as rainfall amounts, at least 0.8 of an inch, maybe 1.25 inches. Depends on if you get under some of those heavier rain showers. And we're looking at southwesterly winds, maybe over 25 miles per hour at times as we go through the afternoon and still gusty into this evening. And then those winds shift to the northwest, and that'll be a cold wind tomorrow, gusting to maybe up to 30 miles per hour. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 57 with the heavier rain today. And then the weekend's colder, 46 Saturday. Sunday, Groundhog Day, 47. And it's looking pretty good heading into next week as far as temperatures go. 60 on Monday, a little cooler Tuesday and Wednesday, low 50s, but then back to 63 on Thursday with some spring-like showers.
All right. Thank you, Bob. There are a number of organizations on Delmarva that help the homeless, and one of those is Love Inc. That's of Mid Delmarva, and they tell us homelessness rose by 9% in 2024. The group served more than 20,000 meals. They had more than 6,400 stays in their overnight shelters last year. The community relations director says the solution to fixing homeless is not always quick.
You have to have a multi-pronged approach to homelessness. If we only treat it after the fact, homelessness is going to continue to increase.
And the community relations director we just saw says Love Inc. is looking to expand their services further into eastern Sussex County.
It's time to shake off January and get into some February fun. We've got your weekend plans covered, so stay tuned for your cool things to do.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Ready to upgrade your drive? Visit buyatoyota.com or scan this QR code and start your journey today. Ready for anything with comfort that lasts the whole trip? Your new RAV4 is waiting with deals just a click away. Right now, buy a new Toyota RAV4 with low 4.99% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Get the Coast TV News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
Dewey's Infrastructure Committee is tackling flooding on 2 streets. Those streets are on your screen right now, and they are Jersey Street and Reed Avenue Bayside. The project aims to fix the sewer system on Jersey Street, extend the sidewalks, and add more drainage spots to that road.
It's heavy summer rains. You know, we have the storms are becoming more intense, higher amounts of rain falling in shorter periods of time, and the ground can only absorb so much water. This is a localized depression, and there's no stormwater management, there's no stormwater conveyance in that area.
Palmer told Coast TV the project is expected to start near the end of March with an expected completed date by around Easter.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us. And Elisa, earlier we saw that image of Rehoboth Beach and the boardwalk.
It's a good sight.
Free of snow cover. It's been a while since we saw
Bob.
that.
Bob, yeah. I'm hoping the last bit, gets melted.
It was covered in snow for not just one day either. I mean, it was a couple of weeks, it seemed like. But now all that snow is pretty much gone as we're seeing the warmer weather and the rain building in. 40s early on for Assateague and Chincoteague. Low 50s this afternoon, periodic rain. Waves around 2 to 4 feet today. Fenwick Island and Ocean City 40s and then 50s with the rain. Small craft advisory does go into effect later this morning. And then for the Bayside, a rainy Friday for Cambridge, but then a colder weekend with 40s. Crisfield 53 with rain today and then wind and cold for the upcoming weekend. Much more on your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Bob. Well, after a very long January, February, it's on the horizon, and it starts with some very fun events this weekend.
And Coast TV news anchor Christina DiRobertis has your cool things to do.
January felt like a year of its own, but we made it, and this weekend, February literally kicks off with a splash. The Lewis Polar Bear Plunge is back this Sunday at 1 p.m. Hundreds of people will run into the ocean in Rehoboth Beach on purpose. Why? To support Special Olympics Delaware. Over the years, this event has raised more than $15 million for the cause. But that's not the only winter fun. The Fire and Ice Festival is back in Bethany Beach. This year's theme, A Weekend for the Books, means ice sculptures inspired by your favorite novels, plus live ice carving, bonfires, a skating rink, and a chili cook-off. Dry January is over, so you can celebrate with the Dewey Beer and Friends Festival at the Hyatt Place. Or head over to the Delmarva Job Fair on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. It's free, just bring your resume and land yourself a brand new job. And don't miss episode 2 of The Swift Effect on Coast TV. It's going to break down Taylor Swift's impact on the NFL. For some more information, head to coasttv.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Now on Coast TV News.
The month of January is ending with a yellow alert day. Rain continues across Delmarva this morning. Could be heavy at times. I will have more on that, and the rain continues into tonight. I'll pinpoint it on Futurecast coming up.
Collision aftermath. We look at what is expected to take place today in the attempt to learn more about how this tragedy occurred.
The University of Delaware is in mourning how the figure skating community there is reacting to the loss of a former coach and 2 young athletes.
In other news, flooding fix, the latest effort in Dewey Beach to deal with that ongoing issue.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 31st, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Time is 6:30. We were just talking during the break. This is a weird weekend.
Yeah.
It's the first weekend in a long time that we have not had significant or meaningful football to take place.
Yeah, unless you watch the Pro Bowl, which, do you watch it?
I have no interest at all.
I don't either. But it's my mom's birthday tomorrow, so it's still a good weekend.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Sometimes the Super Bowl falls on her birthday. Sometimes it doesn't, like this year. So happy birthday, Mom. But Bob, I think everyone wants to know about the weather this weekend, if it's going to be a nice time to be outside. So tell us a little bit about that.
It will be a nice weekend for outdoor activities, and happy birthday to Elisa's mom. We are looking at rain, though, before we get to the nice weekend, and some of that rain coming down a little heavier now near Millsboro. You see these yellow dots near Gumboro, southern Sussex County. The rest of Sussex County is seeing some light to moderate rain, so keep that in mind. And then Pittsville also seeing some heavier showers back through Salisbury, Whiteburg, and then Ocean Pines and Ocean City. You're seeing the rain as well. Eastern Shore in and out of that rain back through Cambridge too, as the rain continues to move in from the west. It's a little drier up near Baltimore and DC right now, so hopefully that will help efforts with the plane crash and the rescue there. We are looking at the heavier rain now near Roanoke back through Norfolk as well, and then also some heavier showers back into the Tennessee Valley. So we've got a lot of rain to go through as we go through time. We're looking at temperatures into the 40s with a southerly breeze. So here's Futurecast, and we are looking at the rain heavy at times as we go into the afternoon. Mid-50s, could get a little break this evening, and then more heavy rain builds in as we go into the late evening hours. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos. Make sure they have all their rain gear. It's a rainy start. 44 off to school and heading home. Still rainy and a temperature around 54.
Thank you, Bob. Well, we are getting another look at the Reagan National Airport that's on the banks of the Potomac River, and that is the area where the tragic mid-air collision happened on Wednesday night. And new this morning, DC Fire and EMS say that today, divers will work with the National Transportation Safety Board to conduct additional searches in locating aircraft parts. And that crash is hitting home here along the coast. One of those victims was 45-year-old Steve Johnson. Here he is pictured in the middle on your screen. And Johnson was the captain and owner of a boat that was a regular participant in the White Marlin Open. He and some friends were returning from a hunting trip and were all aboard the American Airlines flight.
Andy Harris represents Maryland's 1st District, which includes Ocean City. He said in a statement, quote, "My prayers continue to be with everyone impacted by this devastating collision and with the families of Marylanders who lost their loved ones in this tragedy."
And we continue to learn more about the victims of this tragedy, including a man connected with the University of Delaware. UD confirms Sasha Kirsanov was a former figure skating coach at the facility in Newark, Delaware. These are photos from the figure skating's Instagram.
Yeah, the figure skating team paying tribute to their former coach, who they called a mentor. They also called him a friend. This team's president saying, in part, "There are no words to describe the depth of this loss, but we will carry his love for skating and his incredible spirit with us always."
And we are also learning that 2 young skaters from the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club, Sean Kay and Angela Yang, died on that flight. They were with Kirsanov in Wichita for that figure skating competition.
And new this morning, Lisa Blunt Rochester, the representative from Delaware, expressing her support and condolences to the families and communities impacted by this tragedy. She says, quote, "My heart breaks for the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club and our community. I extend my deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones."
Delaware Senator Chris Coons writing in part, "It is a tragedy that none of them returned to our home state. Delaware is a state of neighbors, and tonight we hold all of our neighbors a little closer." And recovery efforts continue this morning as investigators look for the cause of that aircraft collision that killed all 67 people on board near Reagan National Airport. Recovered black box recorders from that downed jet may hold key clues to sketching out what happened. NBC News has learned a preliminary FAA report notes staffing in the air control traffic tower was not normal at the time of the crash. Sources tell NBC News investigators are also looking into whether that helicopter was flying above the designated altitude.
As part of any investigation, we look at the human, the machine, and the environment.
Search crews are due back in the waters as soon as it's light enough, and they are working to recover victims and salvage anything they can from the aircraft to help with this investigation. In a statement, new Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is calling for a full investigation of the federal government. Meyer saying, in quote, "The FAA and the U.S. Department of Defense must take all necessary measures to make sure a collision like this never happens again."
And if you believed you have one loved ones on that American Airlines flight, this is Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas. American Airlines has a phone number. It's right there on your screen. And that phone number is 1-800-679-8215.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to investigate what led to a crash at the Weiss Shopping Center in 5 Points. According to Sussex County EMS, just before 4 p.m., an older woman was hit and seriously injured in that parking lot. There is no word yet on the status of her condition.
New this morning, new homes appear to be coming to Fenwick Island. One of our area's larger developers, Carl M. Freeman Company, says they are ready to build homes off of Route 54 in the town. The development is called Channel Point, and homes are now for sale, actually. It was back in October that we reported that the company proposed to build 23 homes on 9-acre piece of land. Now, the company says the development will include 70 single-family homes.
The Lewis Planning Commission is considering recommendations about the Overfall Preserve neighborhood. The recommendations involve traffic and safety concerns as well as street lighting on open space. No date has been set, but there will be another public hearing about this possible development.
Developing news in southeastern Sussex County. In March, people living in the Indian River School District will vote on a referendum. The district last went to referendum in 2017. Now they're saying costs are up and the budgets aren't keeping up. If approved, the referendum would raise taxes by $1.21 per $100 of assessed property value. The district says on average that's an additional $280 annually for taxpayers. Voting is on March 20th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Higher Ground and Hot Water will tell you about the serious allegations facing that business that helps the homeless.
Also, basketball battle on Delmarva, the keys to Salisbury University's 14th win on the season in men's hoops.
And Speed website suspended. We'll tell you why creators say taking it down was the responsible thing to do. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Taylor Swift entering the professional football world was massive.
It's been a perfect storm. Viewership is money.
It instantly created this sense of FOMO for everyone.
The Swift Effect, Episode 2, The Swift Effect on the NFL. This Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia. Come experience the Pohanka difference.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Transform your bathroom from ordinary to stunning in a snap with Shower Glass. At Shower Glass, we provide fast turnaround time, professional installation, and a lifetime warranty. Our pricing is competitive. We don't need a copy of someone else's quote to get you the best possible price. Now, you can replace your curtain with a semi-frameless shower door starting at $13.50. Shower Glass, it's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
6:39 on this rainy Friday morning. Tunnel and Razor Cam, still pretty dark out there looking over Delaware Bay, but it's raining out there, 45 in Lewis, and you can see the rain all across Sussex County. Every once in a while, these little blips of yellow indicating a heavier shower. Seeing that just east of Millsboro. We had some around the Maryland area, too, near Salisbury, and the eastern shore also in the rain. So we continue to see the rain moving in, and it'll be here on and off all day. It's chilly, but we're well enough above freezing that we're not worried about any kind of ice increasing as temperatures are in the low to mid 40s right now. Today's checklist, you definitely need the umbrella and the raincoat, and pack your patience. Very important out there on the roads. Drive with caution. We're going to see ponding on the roads. It's been a while since we've seen some heavier rain, so maybe some local flooding with some heavier rain this evening. Make sure you have that warm beverage, cup of coffee or a hot chocolate. That's always good. And you can leave the sunglasses at home. Our umbrella giveaway winner today. It's a great day to win an umbrella, and that's exactly what Tina from Georgetown did. Congratulations to her from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
New this morning, funeral plans for the late Cambridge Fire Chief Jeffrey O'Hurley. According to the Rescue Fire Company, his service will take place today at Station 1. The agency says the procession will begin at Station 1, drive past the old firehouse, and end where he will be laid to rest. If you plan to drive in Cambridge today, expect traffic delays due to this event.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore announcing a review of the state's board of morticians and funeral directors. He's calling this a safeguard of health and safety. Moore says the review will go over the board's current structure and determine if any changes are needed, and once that information is gathered, the results will be presented to the General Assembly.
You might remember a few days ago we told you about Milton Speeders, a website and live stream that tracked drivers on Atlantic Street. Well, that website has now been deleted, and the owner says they feel like this is the most responsible step forward. Some neighbors think deleting this website was the right move.
I just didn't agree that it was a problem right there because of forced stop signs, and also cops usually parked out on Atlantic, so most people don't speed there. So I thought that was blown out of proportion.
We reached out to the police and the mayor to see if they think speeding is an issue on that street, and we did not hear back.
New this morning, information dealing with suspicious deaths and illnesses of local birds that are connected to bird flu. Worcester County Animal Control says to report any wildlife such as eagles, snow geese, or migratory birds, you can call USDA Animal Health and Wildlife Services. Now, for backyard poultry like chickens, turkeys, and domestic geese, also the Maryland Department of Agricultural Animal Health Program Division needs to be notified.
Well, Matt, speaking of birds, Coast TV is calling all diehard Eagles fans after the Birds' victory on Sunday. Right now, we're looking for the biggest, most passionate Eagles fans in the community to feature in an upcoming segment. Whether you've been tailgating for decades, have an epic collection of Eagles memorabilia, or have an unforgettable game day ritual, we want to hear your story.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Salisbury men's basketball beginning conference play last night at home versus Cal Santa Cruz. In this matchup, SU's Kedrick Frink led all Seagulls with 16 points. For the Banana Slugs, Joseph Espy dropped 17 points, but Salisbury defeated Cal Santa Cruz 70-63. SU improved to 1-0 in conference play and 14-5 on the season. To Bayside boys basketball, Cambridge South Dorchester visiting Queen Anne's. Amari Boehner got the scoring started with a pull-up jump shot for the Lions shortly after. Chance Hegedus kept the momentum on the Lions side with this floater and forcing the Vikings into a timeout. As you'll find out, the Vikings hung around in part to 3 balls like this one from Samaj Pinder towards the end of the quarter. Jimmy Holdhouse drives to the basket, gets the layup, and to cap off a great first quarter for Queen Anne, 16-11. But the Vikings would start their comeback with this step-back shot from Sterling Perkins. And in the second half, the Vikings began to chip away at the Lions' lead. Another 3 from Pinder as CSD would go on to win 60-50. To the scoreboard, a huge upset in high school girls basketball as Smyrna stuns Ursuline Academy in a tight 70-67 victory, overcoming their overtime loss to Dover. The Red Hot Eagles have now won 7 of their last 8 games, improving to 9-2 on the season. What a win for the Eagles. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And be sure to join us tomorrow for the Delmarva Job Fair. If you're looking for a job, there will be dozens of employers on site. This is taking place in the gym at Delaware Technical Community College in Georgetown. So bring your resume tomorrow, February 1st, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And bundle up heading to the job fair. It will be a cold and breezy one, but it's a wet one now on the boardwalk in Rehoboth, 42 there. And we are ending January on a wet note with the yellow alert, and we're looking at heavier rain possible as we go through the day. A dry and colder weekend, then some warmer weather to start February. I'll have much more on your forecast and track all the rain on Futurecast coming up after the break.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
When you have damage caused by frozen or burst pipes, getting help fast is crucial. Royal Plus offers immediate and professional cleanup services if you should suffer damage from frozen pipes. Our water extraction and restoration repair technicians are experts at restoring any structure, location, or property type, and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to your water emergency. In disaster's wake, there's one call to make. Royal Plus. Find us at royalplus.com. We bring calm to the chaos.
The time is now 6:47, and we're going to take a live look at Rehoboth Beach this morning. And Bob, that water on Sunday, people will be brave, and they will be jumping in the water for the polar plunge. Good luck. Good luck to them. I will not.
Good luck to them.
I mean, is it going to be really cold outside on Sunday? Because that definitely is a factor, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of both. Cold air temperature and cold water temperature as well. For the 34th Lewis Polar Bear Plunge, we're looking at air temperature of 43, and of course this is for Special Olympics Delaware. The water temperature is going to be 40, so people running into the water, whoo, and then running out. So everybody have fun. It'll be sunny, but it's going to be brisk and cold. But today it's a yellow alert day for rain, heavy at times, and maybe some flooding with that rain, especially as we go into the evening hours. Then this weekend will be chilly as the sunshine returns with highs only in the 40s. That's what we're looking at right now. 44 in Delmarva with rain, 44 in Georgetown, Milton 44, 43 in Bethany Beach. So we're still well above freezing, so we don't have to worry about any kind of ice or freezing conditions. Winds are light. They're coming out of the south, and that will continue to warm us up. But here's the rain now, and we're seeing these little blips of yellow every once in a while indicating some heavier rain. We've got that around Lewis, then areas south and east of Millsboro, the rest of Sussex County in on the rain too. Varying intensity, also back through Salisbury, Colburn, Ocean Pines, Ocean City in the rain, as is Snow Hill and Princess Anne. And then the Eastern Shore is also in the showers too. We continue to see these showers basically moving from west to east, not seeing the rain in Baltimore and Washington. So let's hope they keep it dry for recovery efforts in the D.C. area. But I think they will be seeing some rain later on. We're seeing some heavier rain through southern Virginia right now, and that's extending all the way back along a cold front. This is a complex area of low pressure fronts everywhere. So basically what that means for us is that we're looking at rain, and then behind this system, we're looking at high pressure that will clear us out for the weekend. Futurecast this morning has us in the rain. Varying intensities as temperatures climb through the 40s. By noon, we're into the low to mid 50s as the rain continues. And when we get breaks in the rain this afternoon, we'll be warming into the mid to upper 50s, maybe about 58 in Selbyville, 54 in Salisbury. And then as we go into the 5 o'clock hour, it's mild and dry, but don't let your guard down because we're going to see another push of heavier rain later this evening, 10:30. If you're headed out this evening, keep in mind some of that rain could be heavy with ponding on the roads and still seeing that rain shortly after midnight. It finally moves off the coast around 3 a.m. and then we're looking at 40s early tomorrow morning. It's windy with falling temperatures, so those highs might be in the morning hours, then only 30s possible as we go into the afternoon. As far as rainfall amounts, maybe 0.8 to about 1.25 inches, depending on where some of those heavier downpours show up, but it'll be a soaking rain for all of us as we're seeing those winds that are pretty gusty, maybe up to about 25 miles per hour. Then that front comes through tomorrow morning, and we're seeing cold winds gusting up to 30 tomorrow, making those temperatures feel much colder. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 57 today with the yellow alert, mid 40s into the weekend. Oh, there's the groundhog on Sunday. And I tell you what, if he's predicting more spring or an early spring, we've got it coming early next week. 60 on Monday, lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, and then maybe some spring showers Thursday and 63.
Thank you, Bob. On Monday, at the end of the regularly scheduled Georgetown Council meeting, the floor was open to public comment, and that is when things took an unexpected turn.
As CoastTV reporter Zakiya Jennings shows us, former volunteers with the Higher Ground Outreach, a local homeless program, made some serious accusations.
Higher Ground Outreach in Georgetown is a homeless drop-in center. But Monday night, in a Georgetown council meeting, serious accusations were made over drug use on the premises, over cleanliness, and even over a past criminal conviction of Lou Hernandez, the founder of the organization. All of these claims coming from a former volunteer and a visitor, Stephen Moran and another woman. The seriousness of these claims led to a visit by the town's code enforcement personnel the next day. CoastTV did speak with the Georgetown Police Department, and they say any issues that the code enforcement did find were taken care of on Tuesday, as well as any claims regarding Hernandez's stepchildren were unfounded. Town manager Gene Dvornik could not confirm or deny much from code enforcement's report, but says he has good faith that code enforcement was thorough as they checked the facility.
I trust my code enforcement officials. They usually are very accommodating to work with the individual to make sure whatever's identified gets addressed in the appropriate time frame.
HGO says they have no comment on what was said at the meeting, but they do say they are focused on their mission and caring for the homeless, and they invite anyone with any questions to come visit. In Georgetown, I'm Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
The time is now 6:52, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And as we do on Fridays, the coastal pet of the day comes to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And in this hour, we are featuring this dog who almost blends in with those snow-type surroundings. Igloo is a well-mannered and affectionate boy. He likes cuddles and being under warm blankets. If you want to adopt Igloo or any other lovable pet, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. We've had some good ones this morning.
We have, and we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where that QR code is at the top center. If you scan that, you can get your friends to us here and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is a good day to cuddle, maybe stay under the blankets. It is a wet and dreary day. You can see that in Cambridge as the rain continues to fall. As the month of January ending wet with the yellow alert day with the heavier rain possible. It's colder and drier for the weekend, then it warms up into next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696, or visit lizardflare.com now.
Welcome, everybody!
What elevates life every day?
Accept it all. Time with the people you love.
Yes!
New Drew, new you.
Okay, ready?
The time is now 6:56, and we are going to bring back in Bob to tell us a little bit about our forecast. You're going to want that rain jacket today.
I am. You know, this is wild. It's a rainy end to what was a very snowy and cold January, but not how we're going out, Bob.
I'll take the 57 degrees. Though.
Yeah, I like the 57. Yeah, January will be a curious month once we crunch the numbers to see just how cold it was. And, of course, we got that big snowstorm earlier in the month. But we're ending the month on a wet note, not a white note. And a little warmer today, too. Take it slow out there. It is a yellow alert day. We're worried about some flooding possible, ponding on the roads, temperatures in the 40s this morning. Winds are light, and then we get into the 50s this afternoon. So it'll be mild, and I think there will be times where the rain quits, but then it'll pick up again tonight, and it could get heavy at times. Paul Davis 10-day forecast looking at 46 on Saturday once all the rain moves out. Sunday is Groundhog Day, and we're looking at 47 degrees, and maybe if the groundhog predicts an early spring, he'll hit it right on next week, because we're looking at 60 on Monday, and then we're looking at lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe some showers on Thursday, 63, a better chance of rain on Friday, 55, and then we go into next weekend. It looks colder with a dry Saturday and maybe a chance of rain on Sunday. But be careful out there today with the yellow alert. Take it slow on the roads.
Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11 a.m.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Friday morning, everybody.